Hello, my name is Susan Fullmer, and I'm going to be doing a meditation today. As I was doing a shamanic journey yesterday, I was taken to a place that I've been to many times on journeys, which is the Himalayan mountains. But this time was a very special treat because my guides took me to meet the spirit of the Himalayan mountains, and he appeared as a male entity. He wants to do a meditation. So if you've ever been drawn to the Himalayas or mountains in general, or earth, spirit, nature types of energies, I think this will be really good. It will help us to connect to Mother Earth, help us to ground, help us to go deep, which is always a good thing when we're looking for that inner peace and we're looking for that inner wisdom about who we are and why we're here and what the heck is going on. So, discernment in a nutshell. How to discern. Where do we put ourselves, what kind of energy do we put ourselves in where we can actually see truth? You know, if someone's words are not truthful, we are actually able to see that and feel that in our bodies. So, but it takes a little getting quiet, a little going in, a little quieting the anxious mind, which is of course all doable. All right, let's get started. We're going to start with grounding. So get comfy. You can cover your eyes with a little bit of a cloth. I like to use a pillowcase and fold it long ways and put it over my eyes, which just helps to block out the light and helps you to stay focused and centered to our intention, which of course is all the things I just mentioned, to do a deep meditation and to connect with the spirit of the Himalayas. So, grounding is about being connected to the earth. And I'm in a building, so I'm not actually touching her at the moment. And I've got plastic flowers behind me, so that's not necessarily going to help me too much. But what I do have is my imagination, my intention to be connected with her, because really it's an energetic process. It can also definitely be a physical process, but when it comes to shifting our energy, that's very much an energetic process, and it can be done, you know, on the 20th floor of a high rise. So no worries if you're not sitting in nature. It's also winter right now, a little cold for, you know, grounding while sitting on the ground. So none of that is going to stop us. We are going to be able to connect with her perfectly. And she is willing and waiting and wanting us to do this. This is her jam. She loves to connect with us. She loves to help us feel grounded and centered. And really, one important aspect of grounding is being in this present moment. Not a half step behind in the past, not a quarter step ahead in the future, right? Our laundry list of things we got to do. That's all good, and our mind may wander there. No judgments, but it just reminds us, oh, we're no longer in the present moment. When we're thinking about the past, or we're thinking about the the future, we want to come back to the present. And Mother Earth can really help us with this, because the more grounded we are, the more present we are. And the more present we are, the more grounded we are. So whatever tricks you use to get there, do that. And notice the whole big picture of what being grounded feels like and what that means. For example, if you're having a conversation with a friend, you can just take a breath Think about connecting to the earth. Think about your intention of having a conversation, and be there and let everything else go. It's an incredible experience having those kinds of conversations when you are completely present and they are completely present. Now, of course, that can make some of us feel uncomfortable, and there's reasons for that. It just means there's healing to be had. So it's a beautiful opportunity to show us where maybe some of our glitches are, some of our emotional wounding. We all have it. And it can throw us out of the present moment. So we come back, we observe, we breathe, and we, without judgment, say, I see that. Ask for help. I'd like to heal that wound or that glitch, whatever's going on that keeps me from being present with my friend or present with myself, whatever you're doing in the moment. Being able to go deep in a meditation. If you're flitting and flying and having a hard time coming down deep into your body and into the present moment, there's probably some emotional wounding there. So set an intention. Go do that later. Find a good therapist, a good healer, a good walk in the forest, whatever it is that brings you back center and helps to release those wounds. Set that intention and then come back to the breath. Here we are, right here. So a nice deep breath in. And if it feels right to you, with a breath, send a thank you to Mother Earth. She does many things for us, but in this particular instance, she is helping us to ground. You can hear my voice go deeper as I connect with her. There are many wonderful ways to do that. If you have a way that works for you, you can do that. Explore that now. If not, maybe just visualize nature. You know, some of us either don't live in a place where we can really get to nature, or maybe we've had some traumas and wounding in the past that makes it very difficult for us to connect with all that big picture. Nature, ourselves, being in our bodies, being present. That can be very painful and uncomfortable for folks that have had traumatic pasts. And presence. If you're in trauma now, you know, it's Maslow's hierarchy of need, if you know that concept. Those basic first chakra issues must be dealt with first. Am I safe? Am I cared for? Do I have a home? Do I have food? Basic concepts. These are all first chakra concepts that have to do with Mother Earth. That energy. She's about hearth and home. And none of us had a perfect mother. None of us are perfect mothers. But she embodies that perfect mother, non-conditional love. When we can't get it elsewhere, we can go to her. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment and just breathe in any of those concepts that you would like. The hearth and home, the healing, the mother energy, the grounding, the being present, the being in our bodies. I'm going to be quiet for a while, and let's just breathe that all up into our bodies, not just our base chakra at the base of the spine, but just bring it and shower it over the whole body. And a nice deep breath in as we turn to Mother Earth and we ask her for help. Please bring these energies into us with our breath. again, thanking her with the breath for constantly being there. Whether we remember her or not, she's always got us. She's always got our back. Just touch her in any way, either physically or in your imagination. Let her be with you. Let her hold you in that loving embrace. Yummy, yummy, beautiful energy in its purest form. Thank you, Mother. And now, to balance that out, let's turn to the sky, if we want to visualize it that way, and think of the Creator, which of course is everywhere and within us. And definitely substitute that word for whatever you think of as the divine. It's an energy. It's that abundant love. It is the creation of all things. It is what gives life and what sustains life. So if you've never tapped into what that might feel like, and trust me, many of us have old patterning and beliefs that may get in the way of that. It doesn't have to be a hindrance. If you find that that's a block, just maybe set that aside for a minute. I know it can be very confusing, but just set it aside and let's just take it to the breath. The breath. And breathe that in. And if it feels right to you, ask if there's some kind of energy that is loving and abundant, that represents creation and life. And if it feels safe to you, breathe that in. And I'm going to be quiet and let you experience that. And just notice if judgment comes in, right? Oh, it can't be that way. Oh, that doesn't feel right. Oh, that doesn't look the way I thought. All of that stuff, we're just going to breathe, notice those voices, and then let them sit here for a moment. We can pick them right back up when we're done. I'm not saying we have to change our belief system. This is about feeling the breath, feeling the Creator's energy, feeling that divine spark in all things. It's a thought. Let's breathe with that. You also might see a light or feel a lightness. That's another indicator of the Creator's energy. And with the breath of gratitude to that divine light of pure love, we thank you. We are never disconnected from this energy. We forget about it sometimes, or maybe we don't realize what we're feeling. But it never goes away. It's just always here. And with the breath, we can come center Ah, there it is. Yeah, it didn't leave me. It never leaves me. I'm going to breathe that in. And in this moment, I feel that love. I feel the divine. My brain doesn't have to understand what it's called or what it looks like or who speaks for it or any of that. I can just breathe it in at any moment of my day or night. I don't even have to tell anyone what I'm doing. I'm just breathing in that light, and I know it. It's home. I recognize that energy. Okay, all right. So we have our grounding and we have our clearing and our connection to Source. Let's call in a little protection, shall we? What energies do you feel connected to when it comes to security, safety? I feel like I can focus on what I need to focus on because I'm in a good place. So with the breath, think about for a moment, if you're able to feel that, what creates that for you? What allows you to feel safe? Now, some of us don't feel safe. Some of us have never felt safe. And so it's sort of a foreign concept. But with the breath and with asking from those beings that are a very high vibration of light and love, they can come and help us with that. So in your mind, think about protection and safety, but not from those who want anything in return, right? Abusers can say, I will keep you safe, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel safe because they do not have our best interest at heart. So even if this is a foreign concept to you, go ahead and just send out that breath with the word help. Please help me be safe. And then I'm going to be quiet for a moment and let you just breathe that in. And if you feel a resistance to that, ask yourself why. Is it because I'm not used to it? I don't know what it feels like to feel safe. We don't have to engineer this. We just have to ask. So just come back to center, come back to the breath, and ask for safety. And I'm going to be quiet now while we do that. You may feel the power of these beings as they come in, which could feel intimidating if you're not used to it. But again, go to your heart. Do these beings feel like they are loving? We think of protectors as big bad muscle. They're that. But they're also the most kindest, gentlest beings I have ever met. So look for that combination of strength, power, the power that can keep us safe, with the gentle heart of loving. What a combo. So breathe that in and just see what that feels like. They will come if you ask them. And with the breath, tell them thank you. What a beautiful place to feel safe. Thank you. And so we have our grounding and our clearing, connection. We have our protection. That simply means that we're ready. We're ready to meditate. Yes, all of that was part of the meditation, but it's creating that container, that foundation to allow us to go deep. Because I can do this now without having to worry, am I going to be okay? Am I going to be protected? Am I clear enough to get any messages? Am I grounded enough to be clear? I don't have to worry about any of that. I'm there. And you do those 3 things until you feel done. You'll just get a done feeling. Okay. I'm casting out to the spirit of the Himalayas to see how he would like to proceed with this meditation. He asked for it, and I humbly and gratefully show up for this. So he's telling me to, if you feel good about this and if you want to, just ask him in your mind, please come and be with me. You're going to have to decide for yourself if that feels like the thing to do. And he's going to take it from there. So I'm going to be quiet and let you experience this magnificent spirit. And with a breath, we invite him in. okay. Start to come back with your breath. If you'd like, you can thank this magnificent spirit who has visited us here. You can come back to this energy anytime you want. Nice deep breath in and out. And another deep breath all the way in and all the way out. And as we close this meditation, we want to thank all the beings who have been here to help us, support us, love us, protect us, heal us. There was some healing going on there. And we thank you and we release you, right? We call them in at the beginning and then we release them. Remember to thank yourself for being present in this circle as well. We were very much a part of what was going on here. Last deep breath in of gratitude. When life gets difficult, we can always come back to this. Come back to the breath. Come back to ourselves. Come back to those beings who are very advanced and are full of love. Be well.